Weak jobs report adds to uncertainty on Fed's next move, NYTimes.com. Subscribe, digital, home delivery. Log in. Register now. Help. Homepage. Today's paper. Video. Most popular. Edition, US. Global. Search all NYTimes.com. Business Day Economy. World. US. New York. Region. Business. Technology. Science. Health. Sports. Opinion. Arts. Style. Travel. Jobs. Real estate. Autos. Global. Deal book. Markets. Economy. Energy. Media. Technology. Personal tech. Small business. Your money. Weak jobs report adds to uncertainty on Fed's next move. Justin Sullivan / Getty Images. Job applicants waited to enter a recruiting event at a new Target store in San Francisco last month. By Catherine Rampel. Published September 6, 2013. A disappointing jobs report Friday raised doubts about whether the Federal Reserve will or should start pulling back on its stimulus program in a few weeks, as Wall Street has been expecting. Multimedia. Jobs. Private. Rate. Source: Bureau of Labor Statistics. Related. Economics blog. Population growth outpaces jobs. September 6, 2013. Economics blog. Persistent scars of long-term joblessness. September 6, 2013. The Labor Department's snapshot of the job market in August had several discouraging details underneath a relatively average headline number, including a large drop in the share of Americans who are either working or looking for work. This measure, known as the labor force participation rate, was at its lowest level since 1978. Earlier estimates of job growth in July and June were also revised sharply downward, and hiring over the summer months was largely driven by low-wage sectors like retail, food services and healthcare. Even so, several economists said they believe the hawks in the Fed are in control now and will find enough bright spots in this report to justify a slowing of their stimulus program after their meeting on September 17 to 18. There's just barely enough in that report and in other forward-looking indicators we've seen to give Fed governors the confidence they need in the 18th to taper, said Ian Shepardson, the chief economist at Pantheon Macroeconomics, referring to a scaling back of the Fed's monthly purchases of long-term Treasury bonds and mortgage-backed securities, which keep long-term interest rates low. For the record, I don't think they should, given the risks posed by Syria and the impending fiscal chaos in Washington, he said, noting the expected congressional battles over the debt limit and further austerity measures. The costs of delaying until some of those factors are sorted out is not very great. But the Fed has given no indication it's thinking that way. The number of payroll jobs added in August was 169,000. Close to the average pace of hiring over the last year, and the unemployment rate edged down to 7.3% from 7.4%. Unemployment fell, but only because people dropped out of the labor force and so were no longer counted as unemployed, and not because many unemployed people found jobs. But even so, the unemployment rate was already very close to the 7% level that the Federal Reserve Chairman, Dennis Bernanke, has said the economy would reach when the Fed ends its asset purchases altogether around the middle of next year. Mr. Bernanke has said that the Fed intends to begin reducing the monthly purchases later this year, widely interpreted to mean September. There seem to be enough people on the committee who are sufficiently enamored with the idea that falling labor force participation is permanent that they're probably not too worried about that factor, Mr. Shepardson said. There were some bright spots in the report, however, including a tick upward in the average number of hours worked and a 5-cent gain in hourly wages for private sector workers. Over the last year, average hourly earnings have risen by 52 cents, or 2.2%. It's not just about how many jobs, but how much people earn.